Hello farmers, welcome back to Selendra. Just clearing out the last few trees I have over here. As you can see, I've cut down basically the whole, what side of the map would this be on? This would be like the northeastern part of the map. So yeah, I went ahead and cleared out all the trees with a chainsaw. Been taking care of the stumps as I go along as well. Every time I got detached though the Fiat to do so. Unfortunately, the Deutz can't do as much as I would like it to do on this map because it's only 50 horsepower. Can we attach it? Wait, attach? Oh wait, why are you being so finicky? Attach. Thank you. Stop following me, and we'll raise it on up, and then send her on her way. There she goes. So where the tree stump cutter is. From this point back is where I got the rest of the stump. From here over down to the Fiat, fingers crossed I got all the stumps, because in the month of October, our grass fields will be ready to be cut. And I'm going to cut this grass over here as well, and we're going to make silage bales all completely. That way we get a good payout when January comes. Let's see, that should be there. Yes, drop it. I've had a couple interesting things happen with the Fiat down there. Twice, when I brought a log back, the log kind of spun funny and it hit the Fiat. Now, the yarder doesn't go anywhere, but the Fiat was like over on the side and doing like a belly dance and vibrating on the floor. But the yarder kept working, so I just left it there until I needed it. Let's see, I got a couple more trees. But the good news is the yarder can reach from the sawmill all the way over to this corner. And I'm assuming it could probably reach maybe a little bit further. Let's see, I want to try to attach to there. Bring it on up. Yeah, the yarder was a great addition for me because instead of using the autoloader, which I would definitely be doing if I didn't have the yarder, picking them up with a crane and putting them in the back of a logging trailer. I've tried that. Not often enough. I get frustrated after half an hour and I go, nope, not anymore. So, yeah, the yarder is the easy answer for me. It takes a little longer to do so, of course, but it's okay. It's going along smoothly. And this will hopefully keep our sawmill going until maybe springtime. But now it also clears out the area to where I can buy pallets. Well, I can't yet. I don't have the money. But we can buy some pallets of spruce trees. And we can start planting them over here, and we'll get a whole bunch of good trees to bring on over to the sawmill. Right now, the sawmill doesn't go through the wood as fast, which is fine, because I'm busy doing other things. But in the future, we can always upgrade the sawmill. It will cost us $66,000 to upgrade it to the next level, and it'll produce planks twice as fast if we need to. Can you attach to here? Carry that on up. Is this my last log? It might be. Stop following me here and send it on its way. I love how they designed the yarder, how it works to where as long as you're in a certain distance of the cable line, you can control the yarder by remote. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think that's all the logs I have to bring on over. I have brought over a few logs to the sawmill to make sure it goes overnight into the month of October. But we are pretty much all cleared out here. Yeah, we're all set. So all the way over here, yeah, we'll cut this grass over here. I'm not going to expand a field over here. I said I wouldn't expand the fields to the boundaries. But since the grass is here, we can cut it. It's meadow grass. May not get as much for it. So we'll drop that there. That's good. And we should be all set. So these logs here now just need to be brought over to the sawmill, which means I just got to bring the yard. It's kind of sad I couldn't really get the logs in here. Now I have to transport them all over. I'll probably do most of it off camera because that's just it's quick work, honestly, and repetitive a little bit. Anywho, what I need to do is, yeah, you can see it kind of pushed my yarder to the side. Not the yarder, but the Fiat. Remove yarder rope. Well, that snaps back around, doesn't it? Okay. Let's jump in here. And we'll get this moved, because I need the Fiat for tomorrow for mowing. And I thought about using the Deutz, using the windrower, But unfortunately, the windrower requires about 80 horsepower, and the Deutz is only a 50 horsepower. So it looks like I'll be using the Fiat for everything. Okay, go ahead and put that on down. Detach that. We are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. Let's go back on home. So the money is slowly climbing up because our greenhouses, all four, are selling strawberries currently. And we should make some money overnight. Where is the mower? Might as well get attached right up to it. I haven't checked the forecast. You know what I might need to do? I might need to go fill this up with fuel in the morning. I think I got plenty of fuel to mow the grass and windrow it and bale it. But I think we'll go top it off with some fuel in the morning. Yeah, the weather. I should probably check on the weather. Don't want to do it in the rain. But, I mean, I don't have anything else to do with my fields. October is rain. And I can't see past, I can only see until, well, 2 o'clock in the morning now. So, may have to fast forward to the day somewhat. Our animals should be doing fine here. They got plenty of grass to get through. The chickens are doing fine on feed. And the horses, base food. I think this would be good almost probably till December, January. But we'll keep an eye on it. But overall, our horses are doing well. The value is going up, which means as their value goes up, when I bring them to the training facility, I should get more for them, leader-wise. Yeah, horses will be turned into leaders in a way. Let's see. I think we're all set here. Our fields are all set. Nothing to do there. Our greenhouses are pretty much all set. I didn't want to hit tab, but that's fine. I probably should just double-check on the production, make sure things are running. So we got wool in there, not a whole bunch. Cotton. Got plenty of cotton in there. Greenhouses are all showing green, except for that one, but that's going to last a while. And wood, we got 12,000 liters. This should last at least a couple months. And then I can bring all that wood over probably in November. And yeah, we got plenty of room with planks to go. So we're all set. Let's go to bed. Not going to bother checking the store because it's just too tempting. Wait, how much money do we have? So we have 7,269. 7,269. We'll see what our money is when we wake up in the morning. Hopefully it's more than what we have, and it should be, because it was last month that we made money overnight, even though we got some expenses at midnight for paying the horse helper to come on in. Actually, we lost a little bit of money. Okay, so... or did we? Yeah. 7,269. So I lost a couple $100. I mean, I can deal with that. That's fine. If it's only a couple $100 a night, that can get us till next year. And then we'll have a whole bunch of fabric. And, of course, in January, we've got a whole bunch of silage. The weather is actually looking kind of nice right now. What time is that rain coming? Let's see here. It did say rain in the forecast. Not until the evening hours. So we got plenty of time. I will slow down time just a little bit to times 3. Alright, let's go ahead and put some diesel into the Fiat to make sure we can get through the day. I haven't had to reset the vehicle yet today, doing all that lumber work, and well, the yarder, when it's on the yarder, I'm not moving around anywhere. But when I was doing the tree stumps and getting those up, the Fiat did not get stuck anywhere. Meaning the gears, something to do with the gearbox, I guess, I don't know. Kind of a tight squeeze getting in here, but we're in here. Is it any pump? Yep, any old pump should do. Shouldn't take that much fuel. 161 buckaroos. So all silage. I decided with silage only because I know originally I was saying hay, but we're not. We got plenty of hay bales, and I think we only used like 2 hay bales this year. So I think we're good until next year. Should be. Actually, I'm going to fast forward time just a little bit faster. Let's put it at time 6 for now. I mean, the sun is up, but it's a little bit, I mean, it's my favorite time of day, honestly, when the sun's coming on up. Although I don't like getting up that early in the morning in real life, but it's always nice seeing the sun come up over the horizon. Watch the sunrise and then go right back to bed, in my opinion. I'm more of a night person. So yeah, we'll get all this grass cut now. I might be able to get another cut in December. The grass will be ready for harvest. So I could, if the weather holds out well, I could probably make some more hay bales in December. Now it won't be at its full height, but that's alright. Get a couple of bales. But the good news is it's not going to take me long to cut all this grass, I don't think. And then windrow it up. And then get our baler and make a whole bunch of silage bales. The more the merrier. Now these should be ready, let's see, October, November, December. They'll be ready in January at whatever time I wrap them. So if I wrap them at 10 o'clock in the morning, they'll be ready in January at 10 o'clock in the morning. Takes 3 months. And luckily we're not bringing them far to sell from where we're storing them. So we'll probably just use a telehandler. Not going to bother putting them on a trailer or anything like that. Then I'm trying to figure out with the money, do I want to put down the training facility? That way it's over and done with, although we don't really need it right away. I'm thinking maybe another year or two. Because I want the horses that we have to have offspring, and they're not even full adults yet. I think we'll start skipping through some more time a little bit quicker. I don't know. Take it month by month, I guess. Well, the first field is done, but now, since we got all this meadow grass over here, we're going to go ahead and mow that. I was just having a look at my finances for the last couple months to see if we're actually making money. And, yeah, we are actually making money. I'll show you that page here right now before I forget. So if we go to the financial page, I was checking to make sure all of our strawberries was on selling. But our financial page is looking, yeah, so in the month of September, we actually profited $3,800. And so far this month, we have profited. But of course, we got those payments at midnight. And, yeah, it could be the reason why we made money in September overnight, or from August to September, and not last night. Yeah, I guess if the prices of the strawberries are dropping, I'm not going to make as much money, of course. So, but like I said, if it's only minus, you know, a couple $100 at midnight, we can survive on that for quite a while. And once we get to next year with the fabric, we'll make a whole bunch of cash. Well, when I mean a whole bunch of cash, it's going to be a good amount. And I want to change my mind 20 times over to either build a training facility or just take the money and pay off some of that loan to help our payments at midnight. I mean, I would like to wait for our horses to reproduce, but it takes so long for them to do so. Of course, we bought ponies, basically. We bought newborn horses, so it takes them a long time to mature, and then it takes them a long time to have offspring. And if I just wait for them to have offspring, that saves me $500 per horse. Or I could just buy $500 per horse, but we're trying to make money on the horses, so I should wait until they have offspring. It should be a decent amount of silage bales, I hope. And the shadows over here are quite bad in the morning and the fall. Well, it looks like I got rid of all the stumps out here, which is a good thing. But if not, well, the tree stump grinder's right there, which I'm going to be using in just a moment. I want to go ahead and take care of those stumps that are ahead of us, and then cut that grass as well. But so far, I have not run into a stump, so I got them all. I did slow down the time to ×1, just because when I get these bales wrapped, they'll be done earlier in January. If I get to that ×10, and we kept on going to the day, that just means they'll be later in the month of January before they are fermented. And that is when the price will start to go down, so try and get the bang for our buck. Alright, that is all the grass mowed for a moment. Let's go drop this off right there. It's kind of weird that you need to fold up the mower before you can put it down. Is the pipe still out on this? Yes, it is. So we're all set to rock and roll with this. And one stump gone. Of course, I left the stumps high enough so I could see them, but that means I gotta get it at the high point and also the low point. Not going to get much grass from this area here, but the stump's got to be taken care of either way. And for some reason, there is a little bit of a triangular piece of wood out there I need to take care of. And just one more, it looks like. And that's all the stumps here. Now, I find it easier myself when I'm doing that many trees, and if you are going to try to take care of the stumps yourself, do like a half dozen trees at a time, then take care of the stumps instead of cutting down like 30 some odd trees and then try to go all the way around the area to find out where the stumps actually are. Just remember to do that on Silver Run, where I cut down a whole bunch of trees and went around the stump grinder, and I always found stumps afterwards. Of course, stumps can hide very easily in tall grass and weeds and such. Yeah, if the weather holds out, maybe I'll cut the grass in December. And we'll make some hay bales. Oh no, the Fiat, you were doing so well. It's stuck. When I mean stuck, it means it won't go forward or backward. Reload, and it's good to go. Yeah, I'm just glad well, I'm not glad I ran into this problem, but when I ran into the problem with the Fiat doing that, I was like, I thought it was a problem with the mod, and ends up being at least a half dozen of you have said, yeah, you've run into the same problem with different tractors, but they were all manual tractors, either mods or even in-game tractors do the same thing. So I'm not sure what's causing that. I do love this tractor, but if it happens too many times, it starts to get on my nerves, and I am kind of looking for maybe swapping out this tractor. I look at the mod hub every day just to see what mods come up and see if there's one that's kind of could replace the Fiat, and make sure it's not a manual transmission, which is going to be kind of hard when you're going under 200 horsepower. But another reason, which I didn't know when we bought the Fiat, is how cheap this Fiat tractor was compared to the Fence 718 that we had. I mean, that made us, you know, basically swapping out the Fiat, the Fence for the Fiat. We brought ourselves back $100,000 by doing so. Alright, there is that, and now I know, at least now it's in my brain, to fold up the mower first before we drop it off. But before we do so, because it's end of the year, actually where I put it, it's fine. We got to give that a good rinse, and I think I'll actually repair the mower, even though I may use it again in December. I'm not sure if I will or won't. There we go. $8. I think I can afford $8. Drop that off there. Give it a good hose down. And let it air dry for the rest of the day. There we go, that's good enough. All right, let's spin around, get the windrower. But by the time, I think it's May, is it March or May when the fabric is being sold? By the time we get to sell that in the springtime, if you want to take a look at the amount of silage bales we're going to have to sell, then of course the fabric, and then not too far after the fabric, we'll have the planks to sell too. We're going to have a lot of cash coming on in, but we do have that $1.5 million loan still looking at our face going, yep, don't forget about me. This makes it a little bit easier when we go ahead and bale this all up by taking 3 swaths and down into one. As long as I can grab it all. Get this smaller field done first. Well, can we get a dozen silage bales is the question. Not too sure, but it's a good number to shoot for, I think. And there we go, all set with the windrower. I forgot what we usually get, but looking at the bales over there, it looks like maybe 7 or 8. something like that. So I'm going to shoot for 12. The baler may have a good amount of grass in it already, so that'll be a good start. How come every time I back up when I'm not recording, it goes smoothly, but when I back up and I'm trying to talk at the same time, it looks like utter trash. All right, Mr. Baler, let's put you to work. Make sure all the settings are correct. They should be. Actually, there's not much grass in there at all. All right, so it should be at 150 centimeters, which it is. Turn on automatic drop. We'll do that. And Control N resets the baler counter. There we go. So you can see in the bottom left-hand corner it says 0 bales. We've actually only made 44 bales with this baler so far. Interesting. Now, I've had a few people say, how do you reset the baler because theirs doesn't work? In order for you to get it to do so, I had to change my key binding. Because I think the key binding is the same. I think it's actually Z to reset. If you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it might be Z to reset the baler originally. And if you got like the automatic drop like we do in this baler here, it's the same key binding. So all you are actually doing is turning on and off the automatic drop and not actually resetting the baler. So I reset my control binding to Control N because a lot of my key bindings are already taken up. Trying to find an open key binding sometimes when you got a lot of mods and everything can be kind of complicated. So we're all set to start making some bales. And we don't need that on. Now since we're doing the rolling of the fields, which saves us money because we don't have to use fertilizer, I got to get these bales off this field today and then roll the grass to get our other stage of fertilization. Did I get all the grass there? Not all of it. There we go. So when I was windrowing, I was actually thinking, you know, with all the money that we'll be bringing in the winter and in the springtime, probably be the wise thing to do is buy more fields and put more crop into the ground. Instead of buying the training facility, which we're not going to need now still for like another year. That way we'll definitely have enough fields to make feed for like the chickens and of course the horses as well. So probably be better to take some of that money and put it back into the farm by buying more land. I don't want to take the $66,000 and upgrade the sawmill. Although the sawmill, when we sold the planks, did make us a good amount of money. If we can double the production, that just means double the amount that we make when we sell the planks. Well, there's bale number 2. I'm hoping for 10 more. Of course, there's our fabric. At some point, though, I will have to switch one of the greenhouses over to making cotton again. But since it's the greenhouses are at level 2, it won't take long for that to get the spinnery full again. We just got to make sure those greenhouses keep on going, which means I always got to make sure there's a decent amount of money to buy seed and fertilizer when needed. actually thinking about putting down the buy all silo down at the store. That way I can buy the seed and fertilizer in bulk rather than buy the bag. And then have to sit there to load the bags in the back of the trailer. It'd be nice just to pull up with the trailer and go underneath the silo and buy the fertilizer and seed that way in one go. It's a lot quicker. When you're trying to buy 20,000 liters of seed or fertilizer, this makes it much easier than going to the store, buy 8 bags. Go in the store, buy 8 bags. Of course, that'll be a cost that the store pays for by putting down the silo. Alright, so in that field there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 bales. I should be able to get 8 bales, I would think, off of this field and the meadow field. And since I haven't planted any trees yet over here, when December comes, if I do decide to make some hay bales, we can cut the grass over here and get some hay bales. Although I don't really have a place to store them. I mean, yeah, I can just leave the bales outside. It's not going to matter. They don't decompose in FS22. Here's bale number 5. Just keep on going. Well, I haven't really been counting myself, but I'm thinking that we're going to be over 12 bales, which is fantastic news. A few more swaths to pick up. Might be able to get 2 more bales out of them. And you can see a difference when I'm picking up a swath in the field to where our yield is at 98% compared to when I'm picking up the swath off the field. So far, good news on the Fiat. It seems like the Fiat will get in that stuck position anytime when I change from going forwards to backwards or backwards to forwards. And I do that quite a bit when I'm baling, because every time it fills up, I back up a little bit just to make sure I'm not missing any grass. Another bale that we picked up. Let's get this little bit over here. And the last swath right here is what we need to grab. Not going to be enough to make a bale, I don't think. And there we are. So the question is, how many bales do we make? 16. Not too bad. And I don't know why I turned out the Fiat for. We're not done yet. We got some more work to do. But now that all the bales are wrapped, I can, I don't want to say speed up time, but we'll go at time 6. So, got to get the grass fields rolled today. But what we're going to do next is grab the telehandler, and I want to make sure we get the wool on over to the spinnery. Spinnery has no problem keeping up with the wool, but I'm thinking at some point it may, but not for a little while here. Let me go ahead and just park the Fiat right here for now, underneath a nice oak tree. Is this an oak tree or an elm? It is an oak. I thought it was. Nice fall oak leaves. Sit in the shade in October. Mentioned it many times, fall is my favorite time of the month because this is the way it looks in October where I live, with all the trees changing colors. We got a lot more maples where I am, so a lot more reds and yellows depending on how the fall is going. Let's go pay a visit on over to the sheep first of all. Yeah, I also think I figured out a way to make a nice little path down to our training facility, which is going to be over here. Instead of cutting through a lot of our field, we're going to get rid of the field. Originally, like I said before, the training facility was going over here. Kind of like you can see where this road is going. We'll just shoot straight across right there. You can see right in that little clearing over there. That's where the training facility will go. And this little spot over here, we'll just get rid of the field over here. Let's see, if I spread this wide enough, and I get it just right, we can grab both of these pallets. But don't be surprised if one of them does fall off on the way over. So you can see the sheep, you know, when we first started with the sheep, we were getting, what, like 500 liters a day? Or in a game month. Now we're getting like 1,800. Just gotta be careful of the bumps here. There's one around here somewhere. Oh, never mind. There it is in the shade. Couldn't see it. And a big bump there. Want to avoid that. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below. I think with the money that we get through the winter and in the springtime with the fabric, I think buying more fields and expanding our farming possibilities of putting in different types of crop or what have you, just gives us more to sell as well if we want to. Now, I'm definitely just going to focus on the bales that are on the field. That way we can get in the Fiat and go around and roll the grass. And then the rest of the bales I can pick up in November if I want to. Always trying to pick up two at the same time. This is kind of new to me, picking up these bales this way. Of course, as you know, I usually have an auto loader. So trying to get them all picked up and put down, coming off the pallet forks. But the more I do it, the more I should get better at it. You would hope. Yeah, I just want to get the bales off the field so we can roll it. And then I could just fast forward to November for next episode. And we'll get these logs transferred into the sawmill. And that will be pretty much it, I think. Let's see, these bales here, those bales all over there should be, well, will be ready when January comes. So I could sell them like in December if the price is really good, but these bales I'm going to put over here because these won't be done until 11 o'clock in January. So one bale only wants to come off. How high is it off the ground? I guess the other bale is too high. Okay, now it'll come off. I know I should be using, if we're going for 100% realism, I should be using the bale grabber. Because you don't want to be putting your forks through the plastic of your wrapped silage bale. And this bale is just being difficult. Now you, okay, now you want to roll over? Alright, I'll take care of this. There we go. Just like new. Just looking at the prices for baling loaders, and the Anderson round baling loader is only $50,000. Well, I shouldn't say only $50,000. For us, $50,000 is quite a bit of money right now. But as for baling loaders go, that's not too bad. And when you're making 16 bales, it starts to make it a little bit worth it getting something like that. Now, we do have a trailer over there that I can load bales on too. But I might knock them off here and there. It'd be easier to go around with the Anderson baler. Just got to pull up to a bale and it'll load it on up. It's not move a trailer, get the telehandler, put a bale on, move somewhere else. Now, I was looking at the prices for strawberries. The prices of strawberries right now are pretty much at its worst. But we're looking at a price fluctuation of like $220 up to about $280 from low to high. So that's why we didn't make as much money over the last midnight. And as someone did mention, and yeah, something I could do is keep changing the greenhouses to when the prices of something is good. But just as they described as well, it's getting to be a little bit of micromanaging, and it all depends on your style of play, if that's what you want to do. And with the greenhouses, I'm just happy if we're breaking even right now, the way things are, or making a little bit of a profit. I'm okay with the greenhouses just doing what they're doing. Of course, if I really want to make a profit on them as well, I could always go over and I could upgrade all 4 of them for about just under 10 grand. And then we should definitely be making money every day, no matter the price of the strawberries. Or what I really could do is not upgrade them at all and just go ahead and not just make strawberries, but make, almost every product that it can make. The only thing by doing that is it's going to go through a lot more fertilizer and seed, which is why I would definitely think about putting down the buy all silo, because I'll be getting a lot of fertilizer and seed, constantly putting it in there. Alright, I think I got one more bale in a field I need to take out of, and then we'll grab the Fiat and the grass roller, and we'll roll a grass field. That way it's ready to go in December. There's always a chance in December that it could look like this, well, without no leaves on the trees, or you could have snow on the ground. I think my second year on No Man's Land in FS22, December, I had snow on the ground. Every other winter, I don't think I've had snow on the ground in December. I might as well grab that bale and that bale there that's in the field, and we'll get the grass rolling the field. And once the grass field is rolled, I can pretty much say October is done with. The sawmill has enough wood to get to November. The animals should be all set. Then just have those bales to pick up. Alright, these are the last 2 that we needed to pick up for now. Shove that one on in there. I'm not going to try to double stack it because I'll just make it look really, really terrible. I already got 2.5 hours on this electric telehandler. It's nice using it. Just after using the one on East Violent, as much as I'm starting to use that one now too. The top speed is a little, I mean, it's more than, it's like 1/3 the speed, I think. Which is okay on this map because we don't have that far to go. Alright, now let's grab, I'm just going to start calling this the roller because it does grass fields and arable fields. It's nice to have one roller that does both. Boy, it looks so different back here now with all those trees being gone. But we will be getting ourselves some saplings and replanting some trees back there. They are nice, darker texture to let us know as it's getting fertilized. And these fields will be ready in December for a mow if we can. And right now I'm saying I'm going to make hay, but I may change my mind when December rolls around saying, you know what? Let's go ahead and make silage again. We'll just have to hang on to those bales for a full year before we decide to sell them. Kind of wish that gate there opened up the other way. Kind of protrudes into the field just a little bit. Although I probably could go in construction mode, delete that gate, and then put it back in, but it'll open up the other way. As long as I'm facing the right direction when I do it. We're going to have a lot of silage bales to sell in January, so that money's going to come in kind of nicely. I am thinking of probably buying some fields over by the greenhouses. We'll buy maybe one of the big fields. Maybe plant sorghum into it. That way we got enough feed for the chickens and the horses. I am going to keep on planting oats though, because the training facility only, the horses only will take oats. They will not take sorghum in the training facility. So we got to make sure I get a good stockpile of oats going. It is kind of tempting to not put trees over to our left where we cut down all the trees and expand the field, but I don't want to do that. And the only reason why I don't want to do that is because we got the land for free. So, you know, we're getting the trees off the land as it is to feed the sawmill. So I think that's a good enough bonus for us. And I'd rather just keep replanting trees on this side over here and cutting them down and doing what we've been doing with the yarder to feed the sawmill rather than go around the entire map and keep on taking down trees. Now, there is a forestry part of this map, if you will, on the other side. We haven't been down there yet, I don't think. I don't know if I did it in the short video I put out before the series started, or did I give kind of a tour in episode 1? I don't really remember. I remember being down there myself. I don't remember if I put it into a video or not. But maybe next episode, when we just, you know, take care of the sawmill and maybe start cutting this grass in December, maybe I'll take some time and we'll grab the doits and head on down to the forest area. The forest area here, though, if you haven't seen it, it's very unforgiving. It's not something that you're just going to go down in there with some forestry machinery and be like, oh yeah, let's just bring some big stuff down there. It's kind of rugged down there. I think that's the word I'll use, rugged. Not going to make that corner. Kind of, I did. And if you're wondering why I'm not rolling the grass to our left, the roller only works to give it the bonus in a field. And that's not a field, that's just a meadow. Did miss a little bit of grass here, but that's fine. It's going to be kind of interesting as well. About a week ago, I changed more of the graphical settings on the game itself. And probably shooting myself for saying this, but ever since I've done that, I haven't had any flickering problems. And I've been through a full winter on East Vineland, and I did not get any flickering trees. I did not get any flickering grass. So we'll see what happens next episode when we go to the month of November, because that's the biggest time of year that I have where I get the flickering trees and grass. Don't want to forget that bale on the other farmer's field. Oh yeah, I do need to buy a weight for the front of the Fiat, which is not that big of a deal. Be like 800 to $1,000, somewhere in that general vicinity. We just need that for when we put the trailer in the back. We're loading up with pallets and fabric. Yeah, so I think this winter going next spring, we're going to do some changes here. I think definitely put the placeable buy all silo down at the store so I can buy in bulk. That's just going to make quality of life changes on the map. That means basically this makes it just a little bit more convenient and easier. I mean, we're still paying for the fertilizer and seed. This I don't have to buy bag after bag and then load into a trailer. I can just pull up to a silo, buy it, and fill up rather quickly and go on with our lives. I think I may actually upgrade the greenhouses for $10,000, upgrade them a level. That would be good. And then, of course, I think buy another field. Because the fields are not that expensive. And I think it'll definitely help us on out with being on the borderline of feeding our animals the feed that they need. So I think that big field down there, I say the big field, field number 32, which is now farmland 27, is like $50,000. And it was canola into it. Did they replant it? No. And what would it need? It would need lime. It's got fertilizer in it already. So it would just need lime, really. And this is a grass field over here. But I think we'll just have to wait and see how we're doing. But yeah, I think if we upgrade these greenhouses another level for 10 grand, that'd be fine. That would definitely make sure that we make a profit every month. Or, like I said, I could double up the production, but I think this leveling up will be fine for only 10 grand. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, I think we're done for the month of October. Next episode, we'll flash forward into November. We'll put all those logs over into the sawmill, get that taken care of. I gotta get those rest of those bales put away for January, and then we'll go on right to the month of December. If I do make hay bales in December, I may just do a time lapse of the whole thing because we just cut the grass today. But that's all we really have to do. And if I do a time lapse there, then we can then see when the price of silage is good. It's going to be either be at end of December, early January. So next episode, we'll do November, December, and January, I think. That's how it will be. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.